And I'm back. More Spirit of Justice. Starting a little later than I normally do. Had a day off and I'm just kind of recovering from the weekend being a little... I had a late wild game and I was feeling kind of yesterday, so I went to sleep early and I just started way late because I just wanted to enjoy my morning. Because for once, I have a Monday where I'm not working, and I'm happy, so I'm busting out the rest of this trial. So, let's get this going. Alright. Hopefully I beat Dragon Quest tomorrow. So, record this and then record Dragon Quest tomorrow and beat that. And move on. Mine looks exhausted, but I can't blame her. Nick, I was thinking about it all day yesterday. I never properly asked you to defend me, did I? It doesn't matter. I'm on this case till the bitter end. I know. That's why I wanted to officially ask you for your help. You got it. Let's do this! We gotta wrap this up and get back home so you can make your dream show come true. I see. The Steel Samurai versus the Blue Punisher, right? Mm-hmm. You bet. You look as if you did not sleep last night, Barbed Head. It is written all over your face. How can you expect to put up a respectable defense like that? I'm all fired up and raring to go. I got 4 extra hours between then, and I even showered. Look at me being all prepared for my mornings and shit. I guess Maya's not the only one looking exhausted. I totally showered before work. Anyway, Rayfa doesn't seem to be in the best spirits herself. Go ahead. Feign confidence now while you're still able. For I will see to it that your last rites are read to you this day. Guess it was just my imagination. Ready, Nick? Okay, Maya, let's head on in. Oh, come on, an ambulance now? At least it's on a faraway street. Now then, if everyone is ready. The defense is ready, Your Majesty. Prosecution is ready. Let us begin without further delay. Oh, no prayers this time, Prosecutor. I already offered my prayers for the latest victim during my visit to the crime scene. Being that the accused has already been found guilty of the first murder, let us hasten this trial, so we may put this dead lawyer walking out of his misery. I could not agree more. In yesterday's trial, the accused was already found guilty of murdering the High Priest. And today she will be tried for the murder of his disciple, Puray's Zealot. Now then, Prosecutor Satmani, your opening statement, if you would. Certainly. The accused has now slain 2 of the most devout clergymen in Koreanism. Even the lowest level of hell, the hell of tickling, would not be punishment enough. Yeesh. Then what terrible fate awaits her? Balgpoken hell. I'm not saying that again. I can ramble off Japanese with ease these days because I've seen it so much, but anything not of American or Japanese I can't handle. Anyway, a realm of eternal agony. There she will suffer an endless punishment of Jagar by the Gahuna Polmonten. Furthermore, enough. I don't know those words. My blood runs cold at the mere thought of such a terrible place existing. I was going to ask for a translation, but ignorance is bliss. Now then, please continue minus the part about the terrible hell awaiting the accused. As you wish. The victim of this heinous crime was the High Priest's disciple, Pere Zealot. He had been training under the High Priest while living at the priest house. I'd met him a number of times, and he seemed like an earnest young man. How tragic he met such a terrible end. The murder occurred at the Plaza of Devotion during Purification Rite. It was a bold crime carried out while the plaza was full of the faithful deep in prayer. The Warbar dagger was found impaled in the victim's upper back. The stabbing caused a spinal cord injury that killed him instantly. The Warbar dagger, Lady Kira's weapon of choice. We've already established that the accused prints were on the weapon. Incredibly damning evidence in and of itself. I didn't do it! Objection! Hold your tongue. Now, being that the accused, Maya Fey, is a serial killer, the prosecution believes that the death penalty is the only possible sentence. Would the defense care to respond? The accused is innocent, nothing could convince me otherwise. After all, the crime scene was packed with worshippers. How could my client possibly have committed this murder without a single witness? The accused's fingerprints on the murder weapon alone is enough to render a verdict. As such, I see no reason to debate this any further. But... well, once Her Benevolence conducts a seance, it will be clear for all to see. Your Majesty, might I have a word? Is something the matter? It is about the divination seance. Your Benevolence! Stop right there, prosecutor! As you wish. Forgive me for overstepping my bounds. What was that all about? Barbed Head, have you made peace with your fate? For this time, the divination seance will bring you to your knees. I'm ready, and I accept your challenge. The only problem is I have no weapons at my disposal. My only hope now is what we can glean from the seance and Rayfa's insights. Very well, the divination seance, if you please, Your Benevolence. So, I'm going to warn you that this is going to probably happen twice this episode. So if you don't want to see it twice, skip one of them. Because I'm not. I've said as much. Let us begin. Nana.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Hmm? I don't get it. Wasn't there anything to see? Your benevolence, what in the world? I was unable to evoke any sort of response. I called out the spirit's name many times, but to no avail. Just as I thought. Wait, what does he know that we don't? I had sought to confirm the contents of today's divination seance. After all, it is customary for the prosecutor to verify it beforehand. Come to think of it. And this is why I sought to stop her benevolence from performing it here. However, she insisted that it be done. She wished to try one more time here in the Hall of Justice. It would appear her benevolence is tired from her manifold duties. I'm nothing of the sort! The victim spirit will not answer my call, but I know not why. It is my sacred duty to convey the truth through the seance. Rayfa, what are we to do without a divination seance? I suppose I shall have to deliver the last rites without them. The prosecution has already taken that into account when preparing for today. I am fully capable of proving the accused's guilt, with or without the divination seance. You never fail to impress, prosecutor. This is bad. The divination seance is my one and only hope. Your Majesty, her benevolence said she isn't tired. So shouldn't we try to find out why the divination seance failed? Oh, curious, Mr. Rite. Why have you suddenly taken such a keen interest in the seance? Yes, explain yourself. The divination seance is for shedding light on accused crimes. It is the Holy Mother's hammer of wrath, and it is ever poised to pound you into your grave. You should fear it, not plead for it. I believe in my client. Plus, yesterday somebody told me something that changed my mind. The divination seance was thought as just another piece of evidence. If it were to correctly interpret the visions, if we were to correctly interpret the visions through careful analysis, then they would lead us to the truth behind what really happened. And the truth will show that my client, Maya Fey, is innocent. Truth is, you don't have anything else to fall back on, do you? Why, please, you're not helping. How dare you! The voice of a Mitama is to be feared, not utilized by vile lawyers such as you. Seance has exacted a heavy toll upon her, royal priestess. It would be best not to burden her any further. Or does the defense feel it can pose no counter-arguments without it? No, of course not. He saw right through me. I'll have to find a way to make the divination seance happen or we're toast. Well, since the divination seance is not possible at this time, I see no further choice. Let us proceed with the trial without the seance as suggested. Thank you, Your Majesty. Why, you... I will not forgive this barbed head. This will not be the last you see of me. You phony baloney. I will now proceed by providing an outline of the case at hand. Very well. If the lead detective would please come to the stand, we may begin. Oh, she looks happy. Sorry, Mr. Rite. Detective Skye, I understand how you wish to save the accused and the defense. They are your friends, after all. But you must let them go and move on. God damn it! But there's only one way to save them now. by giving their souls the chance to burn away the taint of their sins in the infernal flames. I can't do this! No eating in the Sacred Hall of Justice! You're not gonna stop her. Miss Skye? Yes? Don't worry about me and Nick. You just do your job. I'm sure Nick will figure something out. Eventually. Right. Thanks, Miss Faye. Very brave for a criminal, too, with a tainted soul. Very well, Detective Skye, please proceed. Okay. I can do this. Let me start with an overview of the case. The latest victim was Pere Zealot. He'd been training under the High Priest and living at his house for the past 2 years. The High Priest's widow, Believe in Me, had identified the victim's body. He may have been mistaken for a rebel and killed due to his connection for the High Priest. I see. That certainly makes sense. Would the defense care to respond? Didn't spot any inconsistencies in their testimony. And I don't have any evidence in my arsenal. What am I gonna do? What is it, Maya? Just wondering about how much the police actually looked into Pere Zealot. Excuse me. Because it might just prove to be the key to why this divination seance failed. What are you getting at? Well, it's just a hunch. Wait a second. During my investigation, Rayfa told me how the divination seance works. If I could figure out why it failed, maybe she could try it again. Okay, time to press for more information. Gee, way to hint me, game. I mean, I know I'm following a guide and all, but you don't need to make it this fucking easy. Alright, third statement. Second. Okay, third statement, yeah. Hooray! My five Magatama are back. Or Mitama, I guess, in this case. Was Mrs. Inme was her ID the only way you could verify the identity of the victim? Huh? Well, no. We also checked the ID card he carried and the data in his family registry. But... what? His personal information didn't match any of the public records we cross-referenced. Maybe that's why the divination seance failed. I'm not sure what you mean, Mr. Wright. Here's what I'm thinking. The victim decided to hide his identity for some reason. In other words, he was using a fake name. The royal priestess used a deceased's face and true name, or uses a deceased face and true name to summon their spirit. Why, yes, that is indeed true. If he was using a forged ID, there's no mention of him in our public records. Then he was likely an illegal immigrant. We are not uncommon here in Kurai. An illegal immigrant? Come to think of it, Rayfa mentioned something about immigrants yesterday. But if that's the case, we have no way of knowing who he really is. We have to proceed without holding a divination seance this time. I'd always thought Acolyte Zealot was Kurai's. How the mighty priest, or the high priest, must be lamenting his disciples' deception in the Twilight Realm. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think? Should we add it to the testimony? This is an important fact. Please add it to the testimony. It would seem that'd be a fact most inconvenient for the defense. But if you insist, Detective Skye, please add what you just said to your testimony. Yes, Your Majesty. So, crime photo of Zealot.
Objection!
Sorry, Detective Skye, but the police missed something important in their investigation. Huh? What are you talking about? I didn't misplace my bag of snack, who's honest? I've got 40 of them. The victim was undeniably a Kuranese native, and this crime scene photo proves it. It does? It's a little hard to see, but look closely. You'll see clear proof that the victim was Kuranese. Where? I don't see anything that would prove that. Tattoo on his neck.
Take that!
Please don't fuck it. Look at, yeah, there we go. We saw in the last time what happens when I'm finicky with where I place buttons. Look at this tattoo right here. Right, that's a tattoo of a peach. I would like you all to think about the meaning of this tattoo. The victim really liked peaches? Well, peaches are a favorite delicacy here in Rite. They happen to be a personal favorite of mine. The sweetness of their abundant nectars and the softness of their perfectly ripe flesh. They are a blessing from the Holy Mother herself. Nick, I've suddenly got a craving for peaches. Can we put them on burgers? After the trial, Maya, that bigger fish to fry. Do people put pineapples on burgers like they do pizza? Anyway, unfortunately, that's not a tattoo of a peach. It's not a peach, you say? Then what is it? Take a closer look. Haven't you seen something like that before? Namely, the tattoo on the High Priest's brow? Oh my. What? This mark is only born to members of the clergy.
Objection!
So that's what you believe it to be. But other than that, utterly different shapes. Sure, they're shaped differently, but there's a reason for that. The victim had the peach-shaped tattoo inked over an existing tattoo for some reason. However, the dark red portion is exactly the same as the mark of the Kuranese clergy. Kuranese clergy. Wait, you're right! Until about some 20-odd years ago, everyone did get one, didn't they? I myself bear one on my... That's entirely too much information, Your Majesty. Information on everyone who enters the clergy is maintained at the temple. All we have to do is look up a monk with the mark in the same spot. I'm on it. I'll let you know if I get any hints. Hits. That will not be necessary if you seek information on the clergy. I have it all right here. Oh my, you never cease to amaze. Is there anyone who fits the bill? There's just one, and his name is Real Nemo. Seriously, game? Seriously? For fuck's sake. I'm sorry, even going off Dragon Quest and Phoenix Wright logic, even I'm just sitting here going, really, dude? He became a monk 20 years ago. Then he must be the victim. That must be the victim's real name. Gee, I wonder what gave that away. But why would he have tried to cover up his tattoo with another one? There must be some reason. Nick, it's not important right now. The important thing is we know his real name. You're right. Your Majesty, now that we know the victim's real name, divination seance might finally work. The lawyer who willingly seeks a seance. This is entirely unprecedented. You are but digging your own grave, Defense. We won't know until we try. Sure, it's risky, but it's my only hope, and I get to see the seance again! Woo, go me! Very well. Let the divination seance be held once more. Why would a lawyer work so hard to see the divination seance be held once more? You are a fool, Barbed Head, and your foolishness shall yield no gratitude from me. For with the truth revealed by my insights, I shall gladly seek your demise. Bring it on, Princess. because I will correctly interpret each and every one of your insights. You will regret ever thinking you could use my sacred insights as evidence.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Oh my! It is just as Mr. Rite surmised. Pray Zealot wasn't the victim's true name. And now at last we've seen the victim's final moments. But all we could see was the ground. You seem terribly disappointed. I take it you did not find any fodder for one of your famous turnabouts. I, on the other hand, have discovered something. Conclusive evidence that established the accused's guilt. You did? A most surprising surprise attack. So tell us, prosecutor, what is this conclusive evidence you found? The Plumed Punisher theme song that the deceased heard. Please consider the item here. It was confiscated from the accused during her interrogation. Hey, it's my Plumed Punisher strap! When you press the Magatama on the Punisher's belt. Ah! Ah, crap. Seems the accused inadvertently pressed the button in the midst of a crime. The strap is an extremely rare item, is it not, Miss Faye? You better not break it! There's only one of those in the whole wide world! No! It's just as I said. Your flights of fancy have come crashing down on you. She sure seems to be enjoying this. I've never seen her look so thrilled before, either. It is time to accept the fact that the divination seance is far more than just evidence. It is the very truth that brings the hammer of justice down upon the accused. That is as conclusive as evidence can get. Now then, if there are no further objections... Slow down there, your majesty. At least let me make a counter-argument. What's this? Do you take issue with the divination seance? No, I have issues with it. I just don't know what they are yet. That's never stopped me before. The divination seance is not the absolute truth. It only becomes the truth after it's been interpreted correctly. You don't know when you're beaten, do you? You foolish lawyer! I am the only one who speaks for the matama of the deceased. If you believe there is to be errors in my insights, then let us see you prove it. The victim was offering up his prayers. It was the night of the rite. Though it dark, in the plaza, the pattern of the plaza's ground was visible. Then someone was there, and the theme to the plumed punisher filled the air. The accused held the defenseless victim down and plunged her knife into his neck. The blade struck true, and in an instant he departed from this world. That is everything the deceased experienced in his final moments. Their benevolence as insights have painted a detailed picture, both vivid and true. I didn't really notice any holes there. As they stand now, those insights are really stacked against us. We'll just have to go over each and every one of the deceased's sensations very carefully. Okay. So I'm going to call it here. And we'll get to Rayfa's insights in the next episode. Hooray!